Hi everyone, this is Corey, the Uber Linen Lady, and I have another research video for you. Today it's all about Noritake, China. Now, when you enter a thrift store or an estate sale, you will find Noritake. It is very, very popular. There's a lot of it. However, some patterns are more rare than others. So you can make some incredible money on Noritake China. Now, Noritake China was founded by the Moromuro brothers, if I'm saying that correctly, in the early 1900s. And they started in China, but all of the pottery, or the china I should say, the dishware, was made in Noritake, Japan, hence Noritake. So for the longest time, Noritake wasn't the formal name of this brand, because it couldn't be, because it was an actual place, but now it is Noritake China. And so there's a lot of things to look at when you see the Noritake China, when you come across it on your travels, whether it's in a full set, which will usually be the case at estate sales, or whether it will be just a few pieces. Now, if you do sell the whole sets, which could be up to 100 pieces, it's up to you if that is worth your time and effort. And maybe headache, right? Because that is a lot of pieces to pack away. However, if you do watch my my packing videos, you'll see that it is pretty easy to pack these in a safe and secure way. So yeah, let's dive into it right now and see what kind of Noritake China is worth getting. Now, I did want to start here at this page. What I did was I put in a search for Noritake Rothschild China, because the Rothschild is a more popular pattern. Now, if you do come across singular pieces, you're not really going to get a lot of money. I mean, the saucer sold for $3. Here's a bread and butter plate, same thing. Here's one mug. So if you piece them out, you're only going to get a little bit at a time. So you may want to think about, if you have 68 dishes, right? You may want to think about just bundling them all up and shipping them to one buyer. But let's see, what I have done is a search starting at $350, and I can show you how much these patterns will go for. So the first one I wanted to show you today was the Noritake Fine Blue Hill dinner plates. Place setting soup bowl servers. There's 49 pieces to this set. And $350 was the selling price. Shipping was $85. And, you know, this is a very nice set. And this is the pattern right here with the blue floral. And let's go down. Here is a back stamp. Now, of course, with any China company, the back stamp does vary. So the earliest back stamp you'll see with Noritake is when it has the M initial on it, and I'll show you those as we go throughout this video. This is more of a contemporary, more of a modern piece. And it was also made in Sri Lanka. And I don't know when they started sourcing out and started having factories elsewhere. So this is a later pattern. And it's very, very pretty. But yeah, 49 pieces, $350. Would I do it? For $350, yes, because it's really not hard, especially to wrap some of these smaller items. Some of these smaller items take less than a minute to secure safely. And here is a Noritake Murano 6878 China set, 62 pieces. So this has a very nice black etched floral design. And you can see that on the plates here. There we go. That's probably a better view. And so yeah, this is a very, very nice set. Salt and pepper shakers. And let's get to a back stamp. Let's see if they have one. I don't see one. Well, here we go. Okay, there is one. So right here, I believe this is the back stamp after the M initial. So then they just put an N for Noritake as the Noritake name was getting more popular. And you'll also see the 6878, the pattern number, and the Murano, the pattern name, which is very, very helpful. And Noritake is great for this when they do have the pattern. So anyone looking for the pattern, very, very easy to look up. This one I'm not sure how much it sold for. I know it's sold for around $400, and I'm not sure why the price is not right there. So I do apologize for that, but I'm not going to delete this from the video because this is a very nice pattern, and this will be an easy to spot pattern as well. And here is a Noritake fine, meaning great condition, Randolph pattern dinner plates. So this is an 8-place setting set. With 59 pieces. And here we go. That's a very nice picture of the pattern. This has more of, I would say, an 80s vibe. And here again is another back stamp, which is a little bit different, right? But it does have the pattern number and the pattern name. So 59 pieces, $450. Yeah, that's not too bad. That would take maybe about an hour packaging, maybe an hour and a half, you know, if you took your time. And I will also want to remind you that it doesn't really have to have a floral or a vivid pattern for people to want to buy it. This is a Noritake Silverdale pattern, which is just silver trim. White on silver. This is a 12-place setting, so this has 94 pieces. There is the back stamp. So this sold for $442. Now this was, okay, yeah, the shipping was $118.85, which is understandable. And yeah, very nice set, very nice pieces, very classic and minimalistic. So here we have a Noritake Celtcraft dinnerware set. Now the Celtcraft, I believe it came along in the 80s, but maybe the late 70s. This sold for $488.18. I have some Celtcraft bowls and I love them. They were made in Ireland. Right there is where you see it. This is the Misty Isle collection, but the Deerfield 9159 pattern. And this is more what the pattern looks like. Definitely, you can tell this is from the 80s just with the color scheme. I might mistake this at first for, you know, early 90s. But there you have it. So Celtcraft is definitely a lucrative collection in the Noritake brand name. Here we are with Noritake brandy wine. This is only 34 pieces and this sold for $567.15 with shipping being $35.43. And very bright, vivid pattern here. You know, the yellows and the blues really stand out. Here is a blurry stamp. Here we go. This one's a little bit better. So this is a more modern piece as well, or more modern pattern. It's the Impromptu collection, and it still has the pattern number and pattern name. Here is a vintage 1930s Noritake M Moramura and Kona 98-piece dinnerware set. Okay, so this is indicative of what you'll find at an estate sale, you know, with all the little flowers. And a lot of Noritake patterns have the smaller flowers. So that's one indicator that you've come across Noritake. And however, there are always differences, right? We've seen a few here already. Noritake, for this time period, you have the gold trim, which is early 1900s, yeah, there was gold trim in a lot of things. And here is the back stamp. That M is for the Morimura name. And they don't have a pattern number, but they do have the pattern name. So very nice. $500. And yes, this is 98 pieces, so this is a lot of pieces. The shipping was $165 though. Here's another antique Noritake Morimura. This is a 93-piece china set. Does not name the pattern in the title here, which is odd, but here we go. It's called Goyen, and you'll see the M initial there. And there's a little bit of that's a good close-up right there. This is a very Art Nouveau pattern, all the gold and all the little flowers. There we go. And there's that, $550. It was on auction, had only one bid, and the shipping was $120. And here is the Noritake China Rothschild. This is a 50-piece set, sold for $599.95. This was new in the original box. Shipping was $97.19. So here they already had the box, which is pretty handy, if you ask me, because there you go. You have all the inserts already there. And here is the stamp and the pattern. Let's see if they, here we go. They didn't take a lot of pictures of it, but here we go. Here is the Rothschild pattern. It has a light blue trim with pastel pink flowers. And here is another screenshot of it. Next we have Noritake Bone China Shenandoah, 5-piece place setting for $12. So there's 60 pieces here. This sold for $600 with $100.60 shipping. So this has a light yellow band with light pink flowers. And you'll also notice the pastel colors. Noritake doesn't really have the darker, bolder colors. It's very light, delicate florals. So there is that. That's the Shenandoah. And I have come across this in my travels. This is a 95-piece Noritake Rosamore China set, sitting for $12. This sold for $716 with free shipping. So I don't know about y'all, but I would not put free shipping on these. It gets dangerous because you just never know. I think anyone buying a large set of dishes will be willing to pay a higher shipping cost because it's understandably going to be a big box or boxes, and it'll be very tightly packed. Now, I have sold the Rosamore serving bowls, and I've sold them for about $24 a piece, so nothing really extravagant when you find just one or two here and there. However, this whole set was $716, which is a very nice sale. And I do like this pattern. It uses on white, very minimalistic, very pretty, and I'm trying to find a back stamp here. And they didn't list it, but that's okay. That is the Rosamore pattern. So here is a Noritake China Plaza pattern. Classical roses, 89 pieces for $650 with shipping of $75. So this has a more ornate pattern. It looks like a blue band, or maybe it's a green band. This is an older set because it has the M. And yeah, it doesn't have so they didn't have pattern numbers this early on, which is understandable. But yes, very delicate and floral. It has the band on it, and it has the gold trim. Here is a Noritake China Greenbrier set. Pattern numbers 4101. This is a set for 10. 6-piece place setting. So it's a 60-piece set. And let's see, they've put a nice video in, and I'm trying to get a close-up of the pattern here. And this looks more like another, like a black and white. Let's see. Well, it has the very light pink there. A lot of these patterns you'll also notice really look alike too. So this has a light green band. There we go. That is a better picture, much better. So Greenbrier, which makes sense, light green band. And here is the back, and this set was made in the Philippines. Now this is a very good sale. This is a rare vintage Noritake Maison Fleur lot of 10 soup bowls. So there's just 10 soup bowls in this lot for $750. And now they have pictures of other pieces, and I had to look at that down here in the description. And what they did was they just kind of took a picture of everything and are selling it individually, like all the plates in one, all the bowls in another, a lot. But these are very pretty. These have a pink band with larger pastel flowers, more like, kind of like wildflowers in a sense, it seems to me. Very nice. I like this pattern. I like the light pink on the band. And here is another stamp. Since it's in gold, it's a little bit hard to read. It shows the factory. And there you go. This is a Noritake gold and sable bone china service for $12. This sold for $1,000. Free shipping, but a service for $12. So if they have, let's see down here, if it says the pieces, and I apologize that the screen's a little bit cut off there. So there's 12 place settings, so it looks like a 5-piece. So you have, 60 pieces right here, which isn't bad for $1,000. Yeah, this is a very, very good sale. And this, it has a lot of gold. So see this pattern, lots of gold and black. Very nice. And there is the back stamp there. But yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful set. $1,000. And it's going to go up too. So this one also sold for $1,000. This is a 64-piece set. Sandhurst is the pattern, 9742. And yeah, it has like a tall pitcher. You know, you have your teacup, you have your cream and sugar dishes. Very, very nice. This has the gold trim, dark blue on the band with light blue and pink flowers. Very pretty. And let's look at the back stamp if they have one. Here we go. And another one with this back stamp on it. So yes, this is the Sandhurst. And if you'll notice, the ones that have cost the most so far are the ones with this particular back stamp with the little lamp on it. Then we have the Noritake Barrymore set. This is 9737. There's 65 pieces, 8 settings. So yeah, this one sold for $1,499.99 with a shipping cost of $110. And just gorgeous. Let me get a close-up for you. There we go. That's a very nice close-up. Pale pink flower. It looks like a gray band with gold trim. That's more like a pink lotus flower. It's not your usual rose, but very nice. And let's look at the back stamp. And yes, look, the iconic lamp is on the back stamp right there. and this is the Barrymore set. Okay, we have 2 more to go, everybody. We have the Noritake 175 Christmas Ball 12 place settings with bowls and serving pieces. 92 items are in this. This sold for $1,500. It was $2,500. It was on a 40% off sale, and the shipping was $173.55. Now this is a very, very popular pattern. Buyers do want this pattern and seek it out. I have not found this particular pattern yet in the wild, but I'm sure one day I will. And let me show you what it looks like. Obviously it's a Christmas type of pattern, and it has the Christmas ornaments on it. See that? It's very, very beautiful. And that's the serving bowl right there. So you have everything in the gold. All the etchings are in gold. And let's find the back stamp. Here we go. Now this is another back stamp. This is a different one. Number 175, hand painted Noritake. There we go, made in Japan. So this is an earlier set as well, because it does say that it's hand painted instead of being factory made. So absolutely gorgeous. All right, so let's get to the last one. Are you all ready? It is brand new in the box, Noritake White Palace China. 6-piece set, so there's 12 sets, 12 6-piece sets, and it does include a bowl. So here we go. Now there's only 2 pictures. So these look just, just stock photos pretty much. But if you see, it has a white etched band and gold trim. Very minimalistic. Oops, that's not really, okay, there we go. That's a better picture. Doesn't show the back stamp. Unfortunately, I'm big with my back stamps, everybody. I like looking to see when they were made, right? I hope you all enjoyed my tour of Noritake China. And there are many other patterns that do bring in good money as well. You just have to look them up. I do a search on eBay of ones that have sold, and I'm sure that you will find many, many that have sold for hundreds of dollars. And another thing I want to mention is that I did put some timestamps up with some of the patterns, and I did notice that some that were more, that brought more dollars were made in the 1980s, which was definitely a surprise to me, because usually it's the older patterns that bring in the most money. So it's very interesting to see that. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next episode. For me, it's just the provenance of the item. It just says, ooh, there's definitely a history here when I look at a back stamp.